Welcome to the party, pal!
Where is he? Oh, there he is.
How the hell do we do this? I don't remember. It's been so long.
Been quite a while.
Well, welcome to the party, pal. I know we start with that.
Sure?
Sure. No, it's changed. I don't know. What is this even called anymore?
Why are you so quiet on my...
Is your volume down? Because you'll hear me. I hear me very well.
Sorry, what's that? Can you talk a little more?
No, I can't do that.
There
I don't
we go.
talk.
Okay, good. Okay. Brez's not talking this podcast.
Brez is just going to be silent. It's all mime. It's a mime podcast. It makes no sense.
If I can get like 3 of the points you're trying to make while miming, I win.
That's welcome to God, that'd be funny. That'd be funny to hear you interpret and you know, we have no idea. You went real fuzzy real. Okay, there you go.
I'm back.
You have just the audience has no idea what I'm doing, and you're just spewing things.
It could be anything at this point.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Oh, welcome to the Party Pal. This is a podcast by us, the Loomer brothers. I'm Preston Loomer.
I'm Nathan Loomer.
And we talk about movies. At least we used to.
Yeah.
It's been about a month, but to be fair, we got busy.
Yes.
But not in a weird way.
So I'm skipping Mother's Day to do a podcast.
You didn't skip. I bet you hung out with her all day.
I hung out with Mom.
You hung out with Mom. I called Mom.
Yeah.
Mom's no one. They don't know what Mom looks like. They know what Dad looks like, but they don't know what Mom looks like.
Yes. Okay. I was thinking, because last time we did to pick the order, we did
the spoon metric.
I don't know if we, because it's too difficult for this one for me.
This was real tough.
I thought we should do. I don't know if you want to go along. We might just stick with the spoon. I thought going. Which one would you be most scared to meet in a dark alley?
I like that. I like that. It's great. It's gonna be tricky because one of them we got twice. So for those of you who are just joining us for the first time ever, why are you starting here? This is the 20th episode.
It's not good.
If you watched the last one, we did our significant others hall passes, movies featuring our significant others hall passes, and then of course my wife was like, well, now you got to do your own and let us pick the movies that you watch. So we've not chosen a single movie on this list. We chose the ladies who are in them, but we have not chosen a single movie.
Yes.
But I like the dark alley metric. That's what we should do for all of them. For men, we spoon the men. We don't want to meet the women.
Yeah,
forever and a day. So we're not going to tell you who we picked until we get there. And do you want me to pick the first one?
Sure, yeah.
Is it least likely? So, wait. Is it the one that I'm most afraid of first or least afraid of first?
I think least afraid of. Like the one that you wouldn't be intimidated by.
God, that's so tough. That's all of them.
I'm looking at them right now. I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm trying to put it together because I guess I would definitely be scared of her. I would definitely be scared of her. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Ana de Armas.
Oh, 1 for 1. Yeah.
I think just by the skin of her teeth does she
she's just
come across less intimidating than like 3 other people.
I assume she's the smallest. That's why I thought.
I don't know. Now I don't know
though.
Okay, now we gotta look up heights. Hold on.
That's all the podcast is gonna be.
This is just a women's height podcast now. On Dama's height. She's 5'6". Okay, so that's.
I'm slightly taller. I'm happy with that.
I think. Okay, let's check. Okay, yep. No, so far so good. Oh, we have a tie.
Oh, I forgot. I think I know who it is.
Yeah, one of them is the same. This is us just listening. I'm gonna keep. We have a 3-way tie. Oh no!
Oh my! Are they all the same height?
Oh no! Oh no! What did we do? Okay, it's a 3-way tie for shortest. and then
Okay.
2 are a little taller.
Okay.
So Nate and I have this. One of them is the same. So you're only they're gonna hear 6 movies, but featuring 5 people.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it, we just said no, we're just gonna both pick the same person because it's
We know
just
what we want.
we know what
We're
we like.
related. We know what we feel.
You're gonna find that we are related. These picks are way too similar, and you honestly couldn't tell who chose who if you asked this. Cool. So for Ana de Armas, my wife got to pick because Nate picked Ana, and my wife picked a movie called The Wasp Network.
Yes.
Which is about Cubans doing Cuban stuff in the 90s. It's about it was like a Cuban spy ring in the 90s based on a true story.
Yeah.
She's in it as like a decent supporting role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhat. It's better than one of the picks. This movie had a lot. This is one of the ones I saw like a month ago, and so me trying to remember it because the thing I remember about it is that I didn't like how much was going on in it.
See, I like that. I said that to Jess. I was like, I think this is actually a really interesting story if they just narrowed it down a little bit.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And the problem is, so the first half of the movie is like a biopic of kind of a couple of the main characters.
Yeah.
And then around the 45-minute mark, it takes a hard Ocean's 11.
Yes.
Yeah. Like suddenly they're assembling a team and they're doing all this cool spy stuff, and you're like, what? This was not the movie we were watching.
Yeah.
And there's a couple. I mean, most of the casting's cool. It's got a lot of Latinx actors and actresses who play the roles, and they're not all Cuban, obviously. Ana de Armas, actually Cuban. Fun fact.
Actually Cuban.
Yeah.
I don't
What are
know.
they all?
Penelope Cruz, I don't think is. Probably.
Penelope Cruz, I don't think is. But I also going to say about Penelope Cruz, her eyebrows are way too nice for the rest of her look in this movie.
Oh my god!
I was like, that woman. This is why they're poor. It's because that woman spends all her money getting her eyebrows done.
Oh god.
No, they're poor because they live in Cuba, and it's awful.
Yeah.
That's really why. Don't go to Cuba in the 90s.
In the 90s, it's terrible. It's probably nicer now. I hope.
think it's better now. I don't. I know Fidel isn't president anymore, so
Yeah.
theoretically that's better.
Really?
No, but it's got it's a historical picture. It's got it's fine.
It's fine.
I would say that if you watched it, you wouldn't want to throw the movie across the room at the end of it.
No.
And the performances are good. And I do like that most of it's in Spanish.
Yes.
This one involves reading. People, you have to read.
I think. It's a direction thing. It's a script thing mainly.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know, and I don't. Shoot. I know this movie was kind of a flop, which is bad. Which is bad because I've never heard of it. I don't know anyone who has heard of it before.
Yeah, I think this is the first foreign language film we put in the podcast. There are some. There's a little bit of English, but it's so little that
it's so little. It's not.
Yeah. And they do this whole setup of they're gonna reveal something huge, and then they never. It's like you've known it from the beginning, so there's no reveal.
Oh gosh. I didn't know it was based on a real story until the end when it said what all these people happened to them.
Even after it said based on a true story at the start of the movie?
I was not paying attention to that. I did not see that. I was not looking when it said that, I guess.
Oh, good.
So I was like, oh, this is fun. Oh, this is real. Oopsie, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So other fun facts. One of the guys in this movie is the voice of Hector in Coco.
Which?
So not the two main guys. The third main. It's so hard to explain.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about, but I'm not.
Yeah, he's the one who shows up midway through the movie, kind of out of nowhere, and he's talking to Penelope Cruz at first.
And Edgar Rodriguez, who's in this, is the main guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's popping up in everything I watch lately. He's
That's
finally
so weird.
coming.
I've never seen him in anything before this, so this was my first.
He's gonna be in Borderlands.
Ah.
Yeah. So.
That cast looks crazy. Let me just talk about Borderlands for a minute. This is a Borderlands podcast now.
Podcast now. Sorry, we're going off.
We're gonna talk about all 2.5 games that I've played.
Oh god. What? I don't know.
Yeah. I think that like you said, the biggest issue is the writing. I think they just don't know what story they're trying to tell. They didn't have a clear focus.
If there was one story, I would have really enjoyed it. I mean, one. If they could have said the other plots briefly, they didn't need to divulge on them. I think that's
Yeah,
a big thing.
yeah, and I
So
think that they should have. They tried to split perspective. I think is the issue. Like they're trying to show everybody's side of everything, and and
yeah,
it's kind of like they should have just picked one guy and said this is his side,
yeah,
and everything else happens from his perspective, and you just like it's the problem with people when you do biopics or narrative of historical things. There's
yeah,
often an attempt to tell the truth, like the
yeah,
arbitrary truth, rather than fictionalize it and sensationalize it, which is sometimes good in honoring what happened, but is bad in telling a story because we're bored.
because we're bored and we forget pieces. I've forgotten a lot of the. I had to go on the Wikipedia today because I forgot
Yep.
a bunch of stuff that happened in it.
I had to take a picture of my dog because he's
Now you're
sleeping.
taking a picture of me. I was like, "What are you doing right
No, no.
now?"
See, the dog is asleep.
Oh, there he
He's
is.
sleeping right here. Oh no, he woke up. Damn it.
Oh,
Yeah, Wasp Network's good. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It is the only one that has nudity. So if that's your thing.
That's your thing. If you don't have the internet and you need a,
I don't remember why my wife made me write down boobies and babies, and I don't remember why it's written down.
Oh my god! It's just not.
So
It's just there.
I just have it. I have it
Yes.
written on the notes.
Oh, good.
It's like a lot of really detailed story information, and then boobies and babies.
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry, Mom. I've never seen boobies, Mom.
I've never. Yeah, I
I
look
don't know what
away.
those are. What are
I look,
those?
I look away every time.
It's a bird, right?
Oh my gosh. This is a great start.
We've been we're already one in, and we're already off
One
the
in.
rails.
Yeah, we don't know where we are.
All right, Nate, you got to choose who you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley.
Okay, let me. I think I wouldn't be that intimidated by Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen. Oh, I would.
She looks kind enough.
Okay, I guess I'm thinking of her in WandaVision and not her in like.
Yeah.
I couldn't pick WandaVision. So this is what I call the way to just like hit the target at the edge. You know when you have playing darts and you like barely get it on the edge. That's what Lola did with this.
Well, we were just trying to pick movies, or we're trying to pick movies that we wanted to watch like that week.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this one looks interesting, and so we picked it, and then I was okay. It was also an okay movie, which is
It was fun. So we picked Kill Your Darlings. Elizabeth Olsen plays Jack Kerouac's wife. She's in like 2 scenes. So the movie's really not about her. So we will not be talking much about her performance, though it is good.
performance. Yes, it is good. She's always good.
She's great.
We could just talk about WandaVision, to be honest.
That's okay. This is a WandaVision podcast.
Yes, now we're gonna keep switching to everything.
I want to maybe. God, we should do just like a whatever we're thinking of that month podcast.
Yes, podcast. I love that.
Just come up. We're like today we're talking about Cheetos.
Yeah, we had some. We're feeling it.
Kill Your Darlings also based on actual things
Yeah.
that happened. It's based on a bunch of poets from the I don't remember what the movement's called. What was that movement?
Did you say it?
They did. It's Allen Ginsberg and all of the guys who were associated with him. I think it's beat poets. Beat poets.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's right. I had to look that up again.
It's all good.
Daniel Radcliffe plays Allen Ginsberg, and as soon as I saw it was a Daniel Radcliffe movie, I was like, of course, Lola picked the Daniel Radcliffe movie.
Yeah, which I love him. I love him in everything. I wish I liked Dane. I wish I liked his co-star in anything.
So Dane DeHaan,
I want to like him.
he just keeps picking crap.
Yeah, he's not.
And he did Chronicle, so that's the thing. His big break was in Chronicle.
One thing is Chronicle,
and which I have other issues with that movie that we won't get into. But
that's not his fault in that, though.
No,
I think
he's great in that. And
Yeah.
the problem is, it got him pigeonholed in this like I'm a depressed teen.
That's it. That's
roles.
every movie.
So he's always that. He's also really good in. It's not really. It's kind of weird. It's called Through the Never. It's a Metallica in concert thing. It's like
Okay.
half of it's a Metallica concert and half of it's this weird story that he's the main character of.
Oh, weird.
And it's sort of like a long music video to like all of their songs. He's good in that. He doesn't talk much,
sounds
so
cool.
it helps.
Helps.
He's good. He's able to do his just broody face thing.
Just not. He's not great in Spider-Man. That's
Well,
not his
nobody
fault.
was good in that
Nobody's good
Spider-Man movie.
Spider-Man.
That Spider-Man movie. This is a Why I'm Amazing Spider-Man 2 was bad podcast.
What a-
I think I've used that joke too much. I'm gonna stop.
I'm sorry too.
No, it was good. I mean, it. I liked a lot of it. I liked Radcliffe a lot in this, and I still have this theory. My theory is that the closer to Harry Potter Daniel Radcliffe is, the worse the movie is.
Right. Yeah.
So when he's playing, gay poet versus boy wizard, who
He does have the glasses, though. He does
is
have
the glasses. That's the one. That's why this isn't his best performance since.
Oh no!
God, that's the ranking. How good are Radcliffe performances based on their proximity to Harry Potter?
Exactly.
I called this one a pasty white boys, a pretentious romance.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's kind of what it is. Yeah, it's got a lot of weird sexual tension. And then Ben Foster doing his weird Ben Foster thing where he just plays the most bizarre character in the movie.
Yeah.
Every time. Every time. Ben Foster shows up in anything, I'm like, oh, he's the weird one.
And I forget who he is. I always have to look him up while I'm watching him and something. I'm like, oh yeah, there he is.
I just rewatched Warcraft, and he's the wizard in that, and I was like, what?
Oh, Warcraft.
Oh my gosh.
We have so many movies to talk about. Oh, jeez.
I got them all.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I think that this is really good, and I honestly think that Elizabeth Olsen is a little wasted in this role. Like, she's given a much better performance than about a third of the guys in this movie.
Really true. That's what I was thinking.
And she's only on screen for 2 minutes. There's that one scene where Jack is like, I'm going out with the dudes, and you just watch her, like, without saying a word, just be like, no, you're not. Sit down. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No. And then when he does it, she's like, and she doesn't say anything. And I was like, that's brilliance.
I feel bad because I know this is 2013. I think this was I call it the period where they were afraid to put her in big roles because they didn't want to be associated with the Olsen twins.
Yeah.
She was still in that phase where she wasn't her own person.
Well, she's had a couple. I mean, she'd had a couple movies up to that point because her big break was 2 years before that when she did Marcy May Marlene, and that was a big her on her own. And there's still people today. I still see comments from people today on stuff being like, "Wait a minute, she's an Olsen? Like those Olsens?"
It's weird. Oh
yeah.
God.
So, and I like Michael C. Hall in this. I think he needs to do. I mean, I know he's got a lot from Dexter, but he gets. I always love him when he shows up, and I don't think he gets enough stuff.
It was a pleasant surprise at how many people in this movie that I didn't know were going to be in it.
Yeah.
Good David Cross shows up.
In a drama,
Weird.
Yeah. So many good. And honestly, if you're into the origins of beat poetry and the history of some of these writers, that this is actually a really good good exploration of them. I just think the story is muddled. And again, I think it's because they were trying to tell a true story.
Yes. And
they weren't sure how to tell it. They did a better job than Wasp Network did of dramatizing it and making it really interesting.
Yeah.
But they also sort of set up this mystery that then doesn't really pop at the end. It's like something bad happened, and then you're like, oh yeah, obviously something bad happened. Look how screwed up these guys are.
Look at the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Kill your darlings. Oh. All right, that was good.
Also flopped. Another flop movie.
We're just picking flops. This is all the movies that flopped. All right. Yeah. We like movies. Okay, the next ones probably won't flop. God, this is where it gets real hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Emma Stone.
Okay.
Because I the other two, I'm not actually really don't. I would be scared.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I would legit be scared of the other two showing up in a dark alley. But we have two. We have two Emma Stone movies because
I might
both
be the most intimidated by her, but not scared. Oh, yes.
I wouldn't be scared to see her in a dark alley. I'd be a little confused. And possibly a little wary. I'd be like, why are we meeting this way? The other two, I'm sure, would just be there to kick my ass.
Right, okay.
Which one do we want to start with?
Another. Which one do I want to cuddle now?
All right. So we picked both La La Land. We got La La Land and Easy A.
Let's go in the order they came out, I guess. Because also the order I saw.
Right, Easy A then.
Easy A, yeah.
Easy A is great. Easy A is a 2010 comedy. Stars Emma Stone as sort of a rough retelling of the Scarlet Letter. Like, it's got some allusions to the Scarlet Letter.
It's Scarlet Letter, but it's like 10 Things I Hate About You. It's just
Yeah. She basically plays this girl in high school who, to help a friend of hers, pretends to sleep with him, and then says, like, if you give me a gift card to, like, some restaurant, I'll tell everyone I slept with you to boost your reputation. And so then she starts getting this reputation as this girl who will sleep with anybody because all these guys come and give her money, and she just tells people that, yeah, I slept with all of them. And then there's also, like, a really religious club on the school that's trying to, like, tell her that she's the worst, which Amanda Bynes is the ringleader of.
And I also love her in this.
Yeah, it's also got, and then her parents are played by, oh my god, Stanley Tucci, and I think it's Patricia Richardson.
Shoot.
I think it is.
I'm trying to find the cast list. Yeah.
Where's easy?
Yeah, Patricia Clarkston.
Clarkston, that's the one.
Yeah,
the other one.
yeah.
I knew it was a stun.
Yeah.
And they're the best. They're like my favorite. That Stanley Tucci scene, which if you've watched the Tough Act to Follow on the page, that's the one that starts it. Is the one where he's like, "What? Who told you?" It's my favorite scene in the whole movie.
Oh my gosh, the cast in general is one of the everyone's good.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Thomas Hayden Church as the teacher, the weird.
That's a Spider-Man villain who did good job in a bad movie.
In a bad movie.
Yeah.
I wish he was in more things. But his wife is played by Friends. What's her name?
Lisa Kudrow. Yeah.
Lisa Kudrow.
Phoebe from Friends.
Phoebe.
Penn Bagley, before he was that creepy guy on You,
Yep.
is in this. Malcolm McDowell plays the principal.
Yep.
And then that dude who plays the douchebag vampire in the first Twilight movie.
Oh yeah.
He's the guy who gets into all the, I'm not gonna spoil stuff. And Fred Armisen is in this as like a small role. There's a couple other people who are like in good tiny
little things,
tiny roles, but it's funny. This movie's really funny, and I think
it's one of my favorite comedies. I think. Oh my god, there's just so many little jokes that I'm sorry, I don't want to spoil them because they kind of are left field jokes.
This came shortly after she did Superbad, and I think this is one that really sort of kick-started Emma Stone's rise to superstardom. This is my wife's favorite movie ever.
Was this before Zombieland?
No, it was after.
Okay, well,
I think she did Superbad, Zombieland, and then this.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
absolutely right. Yeah.
And this one, I mean, it's just so brilliant, and it's got. If I would say it's the closest thing I think anyone's come to John Hughes since John Hughes.
Yeah. See, it really does give me in general. I think that's why I said 10 Things I Hate About You, and it's kind of more for our generation because that movie was a little farther back.
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, and Emma Stone's a delight throughout it. Like
always,
there are so many moments that we quote. My wife and I.
But really, sorry, you already said the adoption line is peak comedy. There's nothing funnier than the adoption
It's
line.
so wholesome too. Like I don't know if it would fly now, given the climate has changed around race. But at the time, we're not gonna spoil it. You gotta just watch this thing. You just gotta go watch Easy A, and you'll know the adoption line.
And he is the funniest part of it. Stanley in general is the funniest part of this movie. Anytime it comes to him, like it's about to get good. It's about to get so good.
Every time we're choosing movies, I quote that thing he says after he picks the bucket list. Oh, yeah. I'm like, the bucket list! Yes! This is the greatest decision I've ever made.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's just like, you will want the two of them to be your parents. They're just the best.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody woke up from his nap.
Aww.
This is a dog wake us up from nap podcast.
That'll be me next week.
Oh, no. Mom's got the dog. Did I tell you? I told her. Mm-mm. She was like, so I just have to get up like every couple hours to let him out to the bathroom in the night? And I was like, well, you do have a nocturnal kid.
Yeah, you do.
Like,
I'm up.
Nate's up, so I guess if you just remind him to, like, in between every league game, go outside with the dog.
It's on the phone now, so
I know. You just keep playing.
Keep playing. I can walk him outside while playing.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. It's
good. Watch it.
It's good. Emma Stone's great in it. I think it's my favorite Emma Stone movie.
Oh man, I'd have to rewatch Zombieland. I really like.
Okay, so my favorite movie starring Emma Stone. My favorite Emma Stone movie is Birdman.
Oh,
but
oh, you're right.
but my it's my favorite movie that
That's
Emma
a
Stone
movie.
is the lead character in.
Yes.
Cool. And then we jump to the other one,
The other one,
which is La La Land, or as I call it, what the fuck did Jazz do to Damien Chazelle?
oh my goodness.
La La Land is now most famous for being the almost Oscar winner in 2016.
Exactly what it is. Oh my gosh.
And I'm gonna say this. I finally, like, in the last year, watched both of them again, and I think they got it wrong.
I know, I do too. It's not that the other movie's bad. It's just this one is such an effort of Hollywood. I don't know, choreographed, musical.
I have one big issue with it, which is that I don't think that Damien Chazelle knew how a musical's form works.
Yeah.
Because the songs, while they're good in times, they don't have most of them are diegetic songs, so they kind of appear in the story with a couple of exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
And then
which works well for the second half of the movie.
Yeah, but the problem is that his eye was that the songs are tied to the happiness of the characters.
Okay.
And so that's why, if you notice, from about, I think it's when they do the concert with John Legend to the audition song, nobody sings the whole line. And it's because that's like the sad part of the movie.
Yeah.
And I think it's an understanding that, you need, if you're going to do a true musical, you also need the songs that get really depressing. It's not all hope and joy and happiness.
Because it's one of the best composers in the biz right now. So it's a bummer there isn't quite as much music in it as there should be.
I think they won an Oscar for it.
I think so. I think they won Best Original Song too.
And he won Best Original Song, and he won for Best Director. He's the youngest person to ever win Best Director.
Oh, that's cool.
Because of this movie, he was like 31, so I have about 3 months to get.
I guess the big reason. God dang it! Just rush a film out. The big thing about why this movie I think deserves over the other one, it is size and scope. I guess Moonlight is a really well done movie, but it looks like I want to say it looks like a student project, but you could get a group of friends and a budget and go out and film that.
Here's the thing about Moonlight is, I think Moonlight was more the Oscars trying to acknowledge diversity.
Yeah.
And trying to not let, like, the white movie win again. Because they just come off of their third or fourth, like, Oscars So White season, and so they were like, we have to stop doing this.
Yeah.
Which sometimes does things. I think that's the same kind of stuff that's happened, in movies. I think that's why Joaquin Phoenix got the Oscar 2 years ago, or a year ago.
Yeah.
More so because, like, he should have gotten it much earlier than he did, and they finally just found an excuse to.
I don't know what the excuse was this year, though. I won't get into it.
Anthony Hopkins is amazing. That's what the excuse is.
It's an excuse, but, like...
Here's the thing. I wouldn't have been bothered by it if they hadn't set the whole ceremony up to, like... You're like, Chadwick's gonna win an Oscar!
And it's like, he's not even here.
Yeah.
That's it. Sorry, I'll tangent.
It's alright, we're going. And it's got a solid cast. Gosling and Emma Stone, this is their second movie together. Mm-hmm. And they have solid chemistry. Like, you believe they get along.
This is my second favorite movie with them opposite. So that's
out of two. Second of two.
Yeah, second of two.
I just watched that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that movie too. So, but no, they really do. They have such great on-screen chemistry.
Yeah. Although he can't dance, and it's very apparent.
It's very good.
Watching the tap dancing scene again, I was like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. You can see him like, I gotta get these steps down, or we're gonna have to do another take, and I don't want to do another take. And John Legend, of all people, gives a decent performance.
He has a very good performance.
Yeah, like, for how, it's not a big part, but, like, I was like, wow, John Legend is actually, like, not a terrible actor.
No. I didn't watch Jesus Christ Superstar, so I don't...
Jesus Christ Superstar had other issues.
Okay.
Mostly, John Legend is not someone who should sing a rock musical.
That's a good point. I can't hear him doing it.
No, he did it, but it wasn't like, it's not his John Legend soulful smooth stuff, so it sounded odd. And that final, like, audition song kills me every
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. It's that and the opening number gets me really hyped.
Yeah, I like the opening
I
number too.
love the opening scene.
I like the first. I think the first probably like 25 minutes of this movie, just like straight
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
And I think that this is, of all the ones we've watched for this, I think this one could actually be a stage show. Like, I think you could very easily put this on stage and play it that way. I don't think they're gonna.
No.
But I think you could.
You could. It's good.
Yeah, it's got a good. I mean, it's a good homage to all of those 50s, 60s musicals. It's got the dream ballet sequences. It's got the gushy romance characters. It's got the sort of. It's got a really weird, ambiguous ending. That
it's an homage to my singing singing in the rain days, which is nice.
Yeah.
I wish more movies are like that.
But. Yeah, and it goes back to that old Hollywood like dreams are made here feeling with a weird, slightly cynical twist.
Yes. Yeah.
I can also tell you that I've been to LA. Nobody's that happy in traffic. So that opening number is a lie. That's how you know this movie. That's how you know this is fake. Is because nobody in LA traffic is like, this is a good day.
Oh my gosh. Oh goodness.
Yeah. We drove down to move down there. We hit LA right at rush hour, and it took us like an hour and a half just to get past LA.
You didn't get out and dance. That's
no. I got flipped off a couple times, but I did not get out and dance. I'm sorry, sir. I was merging in a moving truck. What do you expect me to do?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. La La Land's good though. I don't think it's like my favorite Oscar nominee of all time.
Yeah.
And I get why Moonlight won. Like I don't think that either one of them is a. I prefer this one,
but kind of slow. I mean, that was a slow year for Oscar picks.
Yeah, that was a 89th Academy Awards. What should have won the Academy Award? Ooh, let's look at what we got. None of this stuff.
None of it.
Arrival. Oh, that's the one. Arrival should have won.
Arrival is really good.
Yeah. No, screw it. Arrival should have won.
Oh,
and Amy Adams, but it's fine. Whatever.
Oh no, these two women are very intimidating.
Who more so than the other one? I have my number one, but it's your pick.
It's for God, they're kind of like the same person.
No, they're not.
They're not.
They're slightly different.
I'm gonna say I'd rather run Brie Larson. But that's...
yeah, that was mine too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I would definitely rather run Brie Larson. Lola picked Room. Turning complete 180 from La La Land.
Yeah.
This movie's amazing, and it will make you cry so hard.
Tommy Wiseau is so good in it. I don't.
That's the wrong one. Mean.
That was the wrong one.
No, that's The Room. No.
I'm kidding. No,
you're tearing me apart, Nathan.
I'm really sorry. I had to do it.
If you watch The Room and not Room, you've come to the wrong place.
You've come to the wrong place.
No, Room is based on a book, and it's about a mother and child who she was kidnapped and impregnated and is raising this boy in a box.
Yeah.
In a shed that they call Room. And the whole thing is from his perspective. It's from the kids. He's like a 5-6-year-old kid's perspective.
That's what makes it really cool. Very
compelling. And Jess, my wife, read the book, and she said that the book is the same way. It's all from his viewpoint. So you watch them live in this, and then eventually, I'm going to spoil it because you can't talk about it. They get out.
Yeah.
And you watch them, they learn how to cope back in like normal society. After having...
That's when the movie gets really good for me. I love the Room stuff, but that like when imagining what that would be like afterwards is really cool to me.
Yeah, well, and watching the way that they cope differently. At first, it's really hard for him, and really kind of normal for her, and then it sort of starts to switch places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did this win Best Picture?
It did not win Best Picture. It lost to...
Looking it up. Spotlight.
Spotlight. That was the Mad Max Spotlight, but she won. Brie Larson won an Oscar for this role.
I might like this better than Spotlight, though. I really liked it this time.
I think this is better than Spotlight. Yeah. No, I agree. I think Spotlight was the safe choice that year. I don't think it should have won.
No.
I think Mad Max Fury Road should have won. But
I'm glad to see Brie Larson in a role I haven't like. I don't want to say in a character I haven't seen before. I don't know what to
Yeah.
say. So beaten down. She's normally
Hmm.
like the stronger character in
Yeah.
movies. This one, she's really
Yeah.
fragile.
She's very fragile, and this is like, I mean, there was no question. This was one of those years where it was like Brie Larson's winning the Oscar. There's
Yeah,
if she doesn't, somebody screwed up.
we really screwed up.
Like she's phenomenal. I said that I was watching it and I wrote down, I was like, she won that Oscar in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like that opening scene, you're like,
Oof.
it's so different, and especially compared to like all of her other stuff.
Yeah. And it's nice they got a good child actor because
Mm.
that can blow up movies immediately as well.
I'm sure they took a lot of care for this
Yeah.
one, like especially because so much of the movie hinges around that kid,
Yeah,
Jacob Tremblay.
that's who it is.
Yeah, Jacob Tremblay, who's now gone on to do all kinds of stuff.
All this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, now he's 10 and having a thriving career.
Yeah.
So
And then
I think he's older than that.
like the rest, besides like I think William H. Macy, I didn't really know anyone in this cast.
I knew Joan Allen, who plays her mom,
Okay.
but just from like she's been in, she's one of those like I've seen her face and stuff.
Seen her, yeah, face.
And then William H. Macy, who's not in it a lot.
No, not much.
Yeah, but very very good.
Very good.
Very, I don't have like a bad thing to say about it. It's just it's really small, it's really slow, and it's really good. But you're gonna watch it and you're gonna be like, this is really sad, and I want to like never live this again. This is one of those ones I think it's like it's on. I think everybody's got a list of movies where it's like that was great. I never need to see that again.
Yeah, that's
It's not.
Now I've seen it twice, I guess. But
It's not there for me. Like I could watch it again, but I know some people who would have it on that list.
Yeah. Which is, I feel funny because this movie happened, and then what's that TV show? The girl from The Office, her being trapped in the bunker came out.
Which
the
girl
next,
from The Office?
the redheaded one who wasn't on the original.
Oh.
Sandy, which is like the complete opposite of this movie of like,
Oh, Kimmy Schmidt. You're talking about Kimmy,
Kimmy Schmidt,
Yeah,
yeah,
Unbreakable
Kimmy
Kimmy Schmidt. Yeah.
which came out right after this, which is weird. 'Cause I'm like, and now it's funny. Like,
Yeah,
and
and
now
Now we're gonna make fun of the mole people.
Yeah, so
Oh God. Yeah,
it's
that
weird.
that was such a different thing. The moral of the story: if you're out there thinking of putting someone in a box for 5-6 years, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Just let people live. It's not gonna. What are you gonna get out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little box person. A
Little box people. They're gonna hate you. It's not gonna be a thriving relationship.
Yeah.
Go make friends the normal way.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm sure there are so many like potential kidnappers who listen to our podcast.
Yeah. Damon, I want to talk about I can't spoil the ending. It's also
Don't spoil
one of my favorite endings. But
Yeah, it's got a very good ending. We won't spoil it. We spoiled the midpoint already, so
midpoint.
yeah.
It's gonna happen. Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Evan Rachel Wood it is.
Ah!
I had a perfectly great movie picked, and then my wife picked a totally different one.
Totally different. I've never even.
And I watched it, and I was like, I have no idea what the fuck just happened.
Oh,
So Jess
gosh.
picked Kajillionaire. It just came out last year.
Yeah.
It's about a very eclectic family of con artists,
Yeah.
thieves.
I think it's con
I
artist
will
better.
say this. I have never seen Evan Rachel Wood not as like the pretty one in anything. So
Yeah.
for her to be like this weirdo was a nice change.
Yeah. I was happy to watch it because I've only seen her in 2 other things.
I've seen her in 3.
Okay, I've only
Yeah.
seen Westworld and Across the Universe.
Okay, she was in True Blood for like a season, so that's
Okay.
where we've seen her. Yeah,
Got it.
but yeah, she's
Yeah.
she's probably the best part of the movie, honestly.
Oh yeah, I love
Um,
her. One of my favorites.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you right now. If you're like Kajillionaire, what is that about? It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
It's
They
basically
need
like
money.
this. They're people who need money, so they go and they find ways to steal it or con it out of people, and then they have family drama
Yeah.
with the money.
With the money. And they bring in a new girl who
Yeah,
it's just strange. I
Gina
don't know.
Rodriguez from Jane the Virgin.
Yeah.
I do love I will say I do love Richard Jenkins. I think that he needs to be more. I mean, he's in a lot of stuff, but he needs to do. He just needs to be more of everywhere.
Yeah. Everywhere.
I just wrote "this is so weird" about 6 times on the notepad, and I didn't write any other notes. So I'm literally just trying to pull this out of my memory.
They said they didn't need that much money, which was my problem. Is that they're going through all this trouble for like, was it like $500?
It's $1,500. Yeah,
15. Still, it's not that much money to steal.
$1,500. You can get that in a paycheck if you just work for a month.
I'll say you work for a month. You could go to I'm not advertising to go to a Walmart and steal, but I'm just saying.
There's much easier ways to get $1,500 than what this family puts themselves through.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it's one of those ones that as soon as I turned it on, I was like, this is gonna be hard to get through. Yeah. With like a normal mindset.
And it feels very much like an indie film watching. I don't know if you got that vibe.
Yeah, it definitely does. And the problem for me is I often watch these at like 8 in the morning before class. So
oh my gosh.
I'm like half awake, like what the
I wish she was in more things though. She's not. Going through an IMDb makes me sad to be like, she's been in stuff, but like not that much stuff.
I will say, you want to see the best Evan Rachel Wood stuff, go watch Westworld.
Yeah.
Watch Across the Universe.
She was in What We Do in the Shadows? When?
She's in one episode of the TV show.
Oh, weird.
You remember the Council of Vampires?
Oh, yeah.
So everybody in that council has played a vampire in something. So she was there for the True Blood representation.
Okay, got it.
It's literally like, she says like 2 things in that whole scene.
I did not remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I know the reason she's number 1 scary in the hallways because I watched Westworld.
Yeah, no, I mean, Westworld showed... And I'm going to say this to be true. I learned this from watching behind-the-scenes stuff of Westworld. She's like a legit black belt. Like, she could legitimately kick your ass.
Okay, oh my god.
Yeah, so that's not even... I was thinking it for that. I was like, she's actually, like, trained in something.
I rewatched Across the Universe. I finally got all the way through it in one sitting. Yes! It is really good. It just feels like it's never stops.
It's so... It's like everything I've ever watched that Julie Taymor's made. I'm like, I think it's pretty, and I know there's a lot of meaning behind this, but I do not want to take the time to figure it all out.
Exactly.
I watched this guy do a report on her Titus Andronicus, and he was stopping every 2 minutes as we were playing, like, just the opening scene to explain what everything in the scene meant. And I was like, it took 45 minutes. It was a whole class of this guy just explaining, like, all the significance of all this crap in the background. And I was like, who puts that much thought into something?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she's, a successful Broadway director and I'm not, but...
Yeah. I mean, but Lion King's just pretty.
Lion King's great. Spider-Man, not so great.
Not so great. I'm happy you can say that from a first-person perspective.
I've seen it.
Not just a first-person perspective. I'm sorry, I'm going to bring up a podcast. Her production of it is what you saw, not the.
I didn't see the fix. I saw the Julie Taymor Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark,
which is wonderful.
Which is a thing that they did all of 10 years ago. It's been 10 years since that show was on Broadway. That's insane.
That is insane. Yeah.
Cool. That was Kajillionaire. So Kajillionaire is weird. A couple of these are boring. 2 of them are really good, and Emma Stone's funny. That's. In case you just joined us, for some reason you started at the end of the podcast.
Just want to know the details. Skip here.
I wonder if anyone does. I wonder if skips the end to see if it's like we do like a sum up, which we don't.
Which we don't do. We never do.
Usually ends with us saying weird stuff. So for the next one, I don't know. We talked about a couple things. I don't know if you've.
Well, this is number 21, right?
This is the big 2-1, yeah.
Well, if we finish up quickly enough, I do want to do your birthday.
My birthday's in a month. So here's the deal: if we do the 21 run. And then we can let me torture you for my birthday.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So the next one's our 21 run. So we're doing all the movies that feature stoners, drunks, and we'll find a third one.
We'll find a third thing. Matt.
Probably like some sexual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the stuff that you're supposed to do on your 21st birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Matt.
I guess it's smoking. Smoking is now in the state of Washington. Like you.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I walked in there today. I walked in a grocery store 2 days ago and saw the sign said you were born in the year 2000, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I'm so old.
No, that's what I saw. There was some meme that was like guy handing his driver's license, and it's like, how did you know I was legal so quickly? He's like, I saw the 19. The guy's like,
I don't remember who had the last.
it's mine, and I'm ready.
Do
I
it.
want to say my favorite mother quote from a movie. Not my daughter, you bitch. That's my favorite. Did it.
That's it. All right. Happy Mother's Day to any mothers, even though this will be premiering on the Monday or Tuesday afterwards. And thanks for joining us. We hope you have a fun time.